Hello and welcome back. Today we are looking at Saryn. She's a bit of an epidemic. She'd probably give the CDC a tough time, and to be honest, she just throws spores around the room, occasionally farts and kills the entire room. So why not? Is a rather aesthetically pleasing frame. She does look very nice, particularly her prime frame. You can go with the dreadlocks. You've got the orchid skin, which I'm using, and it can do some pretty colorations with her. I'm also using the iliac armor because why not? I'm into the whole flowery petal look. Now, Saryn is a bit of a weird mix. I wouldn't say she's tanky, but she's got pretty good survivability if you can use the regenerative molt mod, which I would say is actually a very good thing with her. She has the largest energy pool in the game, shared with Volt Prime. It's 850 at max with Prime Flow, and she has the amazing ability to do some insane amounts of damage. I've kind of shot myself in the foot a little bit because I like bows, and Saryn with Cernos is a very good combination. However, there are better combinations. I did used to use Phage. It's a beam style energy shotgun that fires corrosive damage, which is actually pretty cool because you can do corrosive, viral and radiation all in the same weapon. But still, the best weapon I would say to use with her is Torrid. It is amazing for spreading those spores. It does some pretty darn gnarly damage, and if you add corrosive and blast to it, you can do some serious crowd control. Adding in, like I said, the spore effect where they spread doing viral damage and can viral proc, the overall effect is a multi-status elemental nightmare for the enemy, and it does honestly wreck. Now, there are a lot of builds for Saryn out there at the moment, and generally speaking, a spore build is high range, just so the spores can spread further, a bit of duration, and just trying to get the counteract overextended really with some strength mods. You never really get that higher strength though. I've gone for a little bit of a different take, I think. If I actually haven't, and this build is also out there with someone else, I do apologise to that person and to anyone else that might think I'm doing something different. I personally haven't seen it, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is another person doing it like me. Basically, I've got decreased duration, average range, and high power strength. I'm also using growing power, as you can see. All of my weapons have 100% status chance. At the moment, with the setup I'm using, it's Cernos, Pox, and I forget the frigging name, the Spiky Tomfar. Telos Boltus, there we are. Why not? Although that doesn't specifically have 100% status chance, it's the innate forced slash proc. That also does trigger growing power. It's quite handy. Trick shot, motherfucker. Moving on. Now, originally Saryn was all about just spamming the 4, although it didn't really get to too high a level. It started to drop off pretty quick, so people started incorporating her 1 ability, which is amazing. It spreads far. It doesn't do high damage, but it does lots and lots of little bits very often, which accumulates into doing high damage. Adding in the viral proc of it, that's less health you've got to do. And then if you're using something like Cernos, Telos Boltus, Pox, Torrid, anything that actually has an area effect, you just a lot less damage you actually have to work through. Just to sort of showcase this a little bit, like I said, Cernos is possibly not the best weapon to be using. I mainly just use it to spread the spores, although with Saryn I tend to actually mix between Cernos, Pox and Telos Boltus just to get slash procs in, the gas procs. I've got pretty much every element on my Saryn, and adding in her passive effect, she's just a status monster, and it just works generally really well. Now, the main damage dealer really with this, I would say, is going to be the Telos Boltus, which is kind of annoying because it's just like the thing everyone uses. But anyway, the build I'm using is, again, you may notice, as with me, as always, I have no polarity in the aura slot. Growing power, cunning drift, fleeting expertise, blind rage, prime flow, stretch, vitality, intensify, prime continuity, and regenerative molt. I will stress regenerative molt purely for the fact that that is where a lot of the survivability comes from, and you're going to be using it a lot anyway to spread the spores, as is with the typical Saryn playstyle. Anyway, that's me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.